Hi everyone, this is your instructor. I'm going to demonstrate lab 3 for you, where we have to recreate this architectural drawing for lab 9254. I will divide this tutorial into 3 parts. The first part will be the basic architecture. The second part will be entering dimensions and text. And the third part, I will show you how to do the title block. So this is the first part where we do the architectural details. So I will start by starting the software and then calling in my template, and I'm ready to go. So the first step is to use the rectangle command to create this large area and then this small area. As you can see, the big area or the large room of this lab has the dimensions of 9.08 meters by 13.62 meters. Of course, our template is in millimeters, so we have to enter our units or coordinates in millimeters. So I'm going to click on the rectangle command. I could click anywhere, or I could go 0, 0. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to say at 9080, comma 13620. Watch what's happening here at the command window. These are the coordinates of the opposite rectangle. Once I finish that, it's enter. Then double click the wheel. Zoom a little bit back, and let's do the second one, starting from this corner at 2680, comma 2600. Where did I get these from? From the drawing. You can see here it's 2.68 meters by 2.6 meters, so that means 2680 millimeters by 2600 millimeters, and then press enter. I'm going to change this to a different color, say blue for example, and you'll see the reason for that in a minute. So now we're going to do offset, click offset, and then enter the thickness of the walls, which is 140. I will offset this one to the outside and then offset this one to the outside. Now I will choose all of them, explode, and now I can see I have extra lines, so I'm going to choose this line, delete this line, delete, then this line. I will choose this handle and then back to the intersection, or better yet to the perpendicular. So I'm going to right click on the object snap, go settings, and make sure that my perpendicular is checked. Say OK. There's my perpendicular. I will choose the other line and then choose this handle back to this end. Can zoom in a little bit and pick up this blue line, take this handle and then click back. Now I have a clean corner here. I would like to avoid duplication of lines, so I want just one line each instead of 2 segments. So I'm going to delete these two and then take this handle to this end, choose this line, and then choose this handle. Notice there's always 2 clicks, one to choose or select and the other one to select a handle. So take the handle to the other end. Now we have 2 clean lines and clean walls. I will choose all of them by pressing Control A, and then in the object color I'm going to say by layer, put them back the way they were. Let's go back again to blue and do another rectangle for the office area, which has dimensions of, in the X direction, 2950 millimeters by 4000 millimeters. So I will capture this corner, then at 2950, comma 4000, enter. Then offset, same as before, 140. I don't need to enter anything. I'm just going to press enter or spacebar. Then choose this and click to the outside to offset to the outside. Now I'm going to change color to red, and I'm going to make another rectangle to do the storeroom, which is 3170 millimeters by 4000 millimeters. So first corner is inside. I need the intersection. Make sure your intersection snap is selected. I want to say at 3170, comma 4000, enter. And now let's offset, spacebar to accept the 140, then offset that. You can see when you finish, press escape to go out of the command, and here you'll see that it is waiting for a command to be entered. You can see we have a number of redundancies. So what I'm going to do is select these and then explode them. And now let's start cleaning up. Like for example, I could go into this white line and delete it. It's redundant. This red line, I don't need it. It's redundant, so take it out. Also this blue line, let's take it out. And what else? I have this blue line also, I don't need it. This red line, don't need it. Okay, what else do we have? Let's clean up a little bit. Let's take this blue line, add this handle, and then back to the perpendicular. Then take this one, add this handle, and back to there. Okay, what else? Let's do some more cleaning. Again, I have the same situation here. I don't need redundant lines or segments in the same straight line, so I'm going to delete this one and then select this line, select this handle, and then move it up. I have two segments here as well. I will delete this one. We'll take this, add this handle to the end. And now I have a good outline for these two rooms. Let's do this one. This has dimensions of 940 millimeters by 1640 millimeters. So rectangle at this corner at 940, comma minus 1140, enter. Sorry, it's not 1140, it's 1640. So Control Z to undo, and then let's do it again from here at 940, comma 1640. Aha, see what happened? It should have been minus 1640. So one more time, Control Z and rectangle command at 940, comma minus 1640. Yeah, you have to be very careful with your coordinates, otherwise it will not print correctly. Now let us explode this one and then offset using the same 140 distance. So press enter or spacebar, take this line inside and take this line inside. Okay, what else? I have some redundant lines. I don't need this one, delete it. I don't need this one, delete it. And let's choose this, then choose this handle, back to the perpendicular, choose this one, and then choose that, back to the perpendicular or to that corner. And let's do some trimming. Trim these two lines, space bar, trim this, and let's do it again. Trim these, choose these two lines as your edges, spacebar or enter, and then this to trim. And what else? We have created these areas. We can now create these columns. So I can say again, the rectangle, go anywhere, and then at 500 comma 500. Why? Because the dimensions here tell me it's 50 centimeters by 50 centimeters, and I have 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we'll use the copy command. Select the object we want to copy. Spacebar when we finish selection. Choose it from anywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I have a total of 6. I'm going to choose these and turn them back to by layer. And now let's take the first or one of these squares. Choose spacebar or enter. Take it from this corner. Be careful with that with the perpendicular snap point. It might interfere with your drawing. So I'm going to go back settings, and I'm going to take out perpendicular and just leave the intersection and endpoints. Let's just say OK, and let's do again move. Choose the object, spacebar from this corner to this corner, and I can see that this particular column needs to be 1.40 meters from the edge of the wall to the nearest edge of the column, plus the column itself is inside. See, the dimension from here to the end is 40 with a total width of 50, so the remainder is 10 centimeters or 100 millimeters. So I'm going to say move this object, spacebar from this end, and then at 1140 comma 100, because I want to go up and to the right. Oh, that was not correct, so Control Z. One more time, move this object, spacebar from this end at, I need to go to the X direction first, 100 comma 1140. There it is. Now let's trim using this object as cutting edge, spacebar, and then choose that line. Let's move another one, this time from the upper right corner to this corner, and I need to go to the right by 100 and down by 4220. So move this object from this corner at 100 comma minus 4220, enter, and you can see that it has been located properly. So trim using this as edges, spacebar, and choose this to trim it, and you can notice that this line is too close. Why? Because here this wall is much wider. You can see the width of the wall needs to be 0.39 meters or 390 millimeters. And of course the walls we have now are 140 millimeters. So let's move this line. I'm going to choose this line and then move command. Base point is here, and then at 250. Why 250? Because 390 minus 140 is 250, comma 0. Don't need to go up or down anywhere with this particular line. So enter. There's my width. Choose. Let's take this handle to the end and then do the same thing for the one at the bottom. Choose it. Move. Pick it from this end. And then at 0 in X direction. And then minus 250 in the Y direction. And then take this one to the end. Now we need to clean up this corner, so let's choose this line, choose that handle, and we'll say at 250 comma 0 to extend it to the same location as the line, and then choose this handle, put it on that handle, and you're done. Now let's take another one of these squares, move it lower right corner to this corner, take another one from this lower left corner to this corner, take another one from the upper left corner to there, and this one also, we'll just move it approximately to where it needs to go. Let's look at this lower right corner. It has to go 10 centimeters to the right and 10 centimeters to the bottom. So zoom in, move, select spacebar from this at 100 comma minus 100 because I want to go to right and down. Trim, use this for cutting edge, and then choose this line and this line. Let's do the same for this. This one is a little more elaborate. It needs to be in the middle of the wall, plus it has to go down by 10 centimeters. So let's move it, select the object at this corner, comma 0 in the x direction for now, and then minus 100 in the y direction, and then let's make a temporary line from here. And now I need my perpendicular, so I'm going to press shift, right click, and choose perpendicular, and there it is. Now escape, and I will move this object from, okay, choose, then spacebar from the middle, shift right click, midpoint, this midpoint, and then shift right click, midpoint again because it's not in the settings. There it is. Now choose this temporary line and delete it. Let's trim, choose this for cutting edges, spacebar, this, and that places that. Now the other one is aligned with this column, so I'm going to take a line from this corner, press the shift key while you're moving the cursor to the left, and then click to get a horizontal line. Now let's take this. Now I'm going to go to my snaps, and I need the midpoint, so let's turn it on in the settings. Okay, we'll take this square from this corner, place it there. Now move it again. You can do this in one step, by the way, from middle to middle, but we do need a small line here. So let's put a small line from here to there, and then let's move this object from the middle to the middle. Okay, now we can get rid of a few things. Get rid of this line, get rid of this small line. Let's trim using this, enter or spacebar, trim this one and that one, and that's okay. Now let's look at this one. This needs to be at 81 centimeters from the top and again in the middle. So let's move it from this corner at 0 in the x direction, minus 810 in the y direction. Let's make a temporary line from here to the perpendicular, so shift right click, perpendicular there, and then let's move this one from, again, let's try it again, move from the middle to the middle, and let's get rid of this one. Okay, let's trim using this for cutting edges. Let's cut this and that. Now let's do this duct. It is also at 50 centimeters by 55 centimeters, so we're going to go rectangle from this corner at 500 comma minus 550, enter, and let's do some trimming. Trim using this for cutting edges, space bar, trim this, trim that, and let's explode this square. I don't need this section. Explode again, there, don't need this, and let's offset using the same distance of 140, so enter or spacebar. Let's take this to the inside and this one offset to the inside and the bottom one to the inside. And now let's trim. I'm going to use this as a cutting edge and cut this, and let's do it again and use this for cutting edge, spacebar. Let's cut this, then escape, and let's do it again one last time. Choose this and then trim this one and that one again one more time. Trim and choose these for cutting edges, spacebar, and then trim this, and that looks good. All the columns have been placed. I can go Control A to select everything and go by layer. And now let's do the door openings. This one is about 10 centimeters from the wall, so let's go here and make a temporary wall in red. Temporary line from this corner at 0x and 100 in the Y direction. Let's pick the perpendicular, shift right click perpendicular to there, and then at 0, 1000. Why 1000? Because the openings are 1 meter each. And let's make another one on the perpendicular right there. Let's extend this line from this handle at 1000, 0. And now let's do an arc. Many different ways to do an arc. Let's use center, start, and end. So the center is going to be here, starting from there and ending there. And now let's do some trimming. Let's get rid of this line, I don't need it. And trim using these two lines for edges. And then trim this one and trim that one. And now you can put this by layer to bring it back. And that's how you do the doors. Okay, now this door here, this big door, has a width of 1900 millimeters. So let's make a temporary line. Click anywhere at 1900, 0, enter, and let's move it from the middle to the middle of this space. And now you don't need to know what is the dimension of this side and that side. It's basically in the middle. So of course we have two door leaves of equal widths. So each one of them is going to be 95 centimeters. So let's make a line here, and at this end at 0x direction and minus 950 millimeters. And then we'll use the copy command. We'll copy this object from this end to this end. And let's do the same thing as before. Two arcs. This is the center, starting from here and ending there. Do it again. This is where it needs to go, starting from here. Okay, let's try again. This is the center, starting from there, ending there. This is why, the reason why it's doing this, because it always draws arcs in the counterclockwise direction. So when I said start from here, end there, it went this direction instead of where I want it to go. So let's delete this and try again. This is the center. This is where it needs to start, and this is where it needs to end, and there it is. Now let's extend these lines to the perpendicular point. So shift right click perpendicular to there, and then do the same thing here. Choose the handle, shift right click perpendicular to there. Okay, I don't, let's see now. Don't need this line. And let's do some trimming. Let's trim using these edges. Spacebar, trim this. And now it looks very much like this, except we need to put it back into the same layer. Let's do some hatching. Hatch command, and EG1230, choose somewhere inside. It's better to set make sure that your layer is by layer, not something else. And I'm going to go 80. You can experiment with the scale and see what you get. And it's not finding a close boundary, so it tells me that there's something here. There's a problem at this point and that point. So let's see. Okay, let's try again. I've corrected that those 2 points, and let's go hatch again and see. Okay, so let's hatch in between, and you can change the scale if you wish until you get something that looks reasonable. And when you're finished, there's another part here that we need to catch there as well as there, and also we have this portion. So everything is fine. And let's go back here. I'm going to go back to, let's say 80 for example, a little more dense, maybe 60, 70. This is good. Enter. Now I will do the columns as well. So hatch, drop down menu, concrete, and this time I'm going to set the scale to 0.5. Enter. And let's do this, that one, this one, and this one, and we're good. And the other doors are pretty much the same as this door. The windows, it's a simple, you have to use lines as well as the trim command to clear these areas. Remember, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windows to complete. So good luck and exercise well. See you in the next clip.